We got to talk to both of them on Tuesday, and they both made an impression on the field. Start with Colandrea. What do you say?
I see some swag to his game, right? I see I could see that he has confidence in himself, both in his running ability, his throwing ability, his arm. He has confidence in his leadership, which I think is really good to see from anybody who's in the quarterback room. The ability to vocally step up and be a present leader on the field, I think, stands out in the early going in practices, especially in a new environment around a new team. I know he's been around for some months now, obviously, with the offseason program. But you see the confidence and kind of him owning the role of quarterbacking. I think that's really I think seeing stuff like the quarterback teach and instruct receivers after routes, I think is one of the things that I noticed from him out there, and that's a mature thing. He's not necessarily an upperclassman, but I think that's a mature thing to see from a quarterback. And outside of the physical tools, I think he and Orji can both deliver the ball very effectively. Especially at this level. So I'm not surprised by that. But the leadership for me, for Colandrea, his vocal leadership style, I think stands out the most when you come out to a practice and watch him in action.
Orji?
And it's almost the opposite, but for a different way. Like, he seems more quiet and more reserved. I think he has a more business-like physical demeanor. I said his physical demeanor is imposing. I think that's the first thing most people notice about him at practice. Just the sheer size is kind of crazy for the quarterback position. Again, especially at this level in the Mountain West. I don't think we've had a quarterback of that stature, just physically imposing. But because of that, I feel like he doesn't have the same kind of leadership. Now, he's a leader. His poise, he seems composed. He doesn't seem like he goes too high or too low in any way. But I think he has a different leadership style than Colandrea. And I think obviously both of them have their own physical attributes and style of play that they bring, and they present different problems for defenses, let's say. But I think both of them have the leadership that you want in a quarterback room, and it's good to see from both guys in a different way, where you say, I trust this guy with the keys to the team, right? Like either one of them, I think, would be suited for leadership at the quarterback position.
Nope, that's not going to cut it for me, Caleb, because my question is, with the landscape of today's college football, right, and obviously it's a different offense with the new regime, but what you've seen from Mullen and what you know of the Mountain West and what you know needs to be put on the field, which quarterback personality, because you described two, better suits, if this was September, which personality suits this program in how the landscape of college football lays out?
I think both. That's a tough question to answer because I know I said that there's some differences there, but I think both are capable of running the system the same way. I know Orji's been looked at as more of a running quarterback because of the size and all this stuff. And at Michigan, and I put emphasis on that, at Michigan, he did not perform, I guess, to the passing standards that Michigan quarterbacks expect there. That doesn't mean at this level at the Mountain West he's not capable of being one of the most efficient passers that we've seen. Right, like I've seen him throw. He has the talent to complete passes as a quarterback. Right, so I don't think the system changes or there's any fall off with either guy in the system. I think both are capable of running this Dan Mullen style. Obviously, it's not September, so there's still some growth that both have to do as far as understanding the reads, the concept, being on time and on target. So we haven't seen that yet, the finished product for either guy in that regard. But I don't think either will have a problem in the Mountain West running Dan Mullen's system. I'm actually very excited based on what I've seen from the system and the way it is quarterback friendly in a lot of different regards with the pass game as well as with the run scheme. So I'm excited for either one of these guys to separate themselves. And UNLV has the luxury of letting the competition play out. They got a little bit of time, obviously, to let it develop. But whoever takes the start of these two guys, if one of these two guys is the starter, I think the offense will run just fine.